Okay, I think everything is now set up. Everyone should be able to see everything. So yeah, let me just do a quick announcement on Instagram that we are now live for the free weekly outlook. But we're gonna start it right now. So guys, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is doing well and that you had a nice beginning of the day if you're already in the half of your day or if you're just in the morning. So bam. I don't know why I have some how's it called, okay, I don't know how's it called in English. The I don't know how okay is called in English. Not hockey, but I don't know. Anyway, so free weekly outlook. We are now live for the free weekly outlook. Perfect. Perfect. That's cool. On For Traders YouTube channel. Don't hesitate to join. Okay, perfect. So like that, everyone will join us, and I'm just gonna share the link real quick. So I'm gonna copy this link and I'm gonna share it directly on Instagram too. Join us now. Okay, perfect. Bam. We like that. And I'm gonna... Okay. Okay, let's put this music. Okay, perfect. So guys, yeah, now everything is set up. So now we can just straight away start the live stream. All the announcement has been made. This is made, everything is made. So yeah, okay, perfect. This is me, I'm green right now. So if you don't like me being green, it's fine. It's just for the for traders ambiance. And yeah, anyway, let's start the free weekly outlook. So how's it gonna happen? How's it working for the free weekly outlook? We already know everything. We are gonna go over my major Forex pairs. To talk about the major Forex pairs, I just need to do this so you guys can see as well the levels right here, and you will be as well needed this, so the watermark basically, so that way everyone is able to see what is the currency, on which pair am I trading or analyzing right now. And yeah, so that's gonna be perfect and good to go. So first things first, guys, like I was explaining, we're gonna go over my major Forex pairs. So basically everything you're gonna see right here. So we're gonna go over Euro USD, GP USD, USD GPY, GP GPY, USD CHF, USD CAD, AUD USD, NZD USD, Euro GBP. We're gonna go over all of those pairs first. And then we're gonna do as well some indices and gold, because I know a lot of people love indices and gold. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for the live stream, and that's gonna be a lot of things already to analyze. So yeah, guys, I hope everyone is doing well and is ready to start analyzing the trades for the next week. So first things first, let's start with Euro USD. If again you are watching all of the live streams every single time and every single week, you'll see how the trades are developing. You know, you have multiple like overlooks on how the trades are developing and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. So first things first, okay, let me put both chats so I can see everyone, like, you know, speaking. That could be pretty nice. So like if I do something like this, it looks pretty nice, but it's not, I don't like how is it. Oh my god, I don't like how is it doing. Okay, perfect. Now it's good. Okay, perfect. So if you go and you follow all the live streams every single week, you'll see how the trades are developing and how the POIs are moving, because again, we just continue to do what we did on the previous week. So first things first, on Euro USD, what's going on? So on Euro USD, exactly right here, we are still bearish. Let me explain you why we're still bearish, because some people might think, okay, but no, we're no longer bearish on Euro USD. It looks like we're more bullish right now, you know, but it's because you need to actually look at your ranges. If my range right here is bearish on Euro USD, is for one reason. It's because we have this break of structure to the downside, and this break is the break that solidified, if we can say it like that. This is the break that solidified the range. So what does that mean? It means that the high connected to the range is here. The low connected to the range, basically the low of the range, is here. Why it's not this high? Why it's not this high? You know, you might tell, okay, but it's this high, why it's not this high? The thing is, it's because this is not the high that broke the previous low. If you're looking at it, that's not the high that is connected to the previous low that has been broken. So as you can see right here, this is the low that has been broken. If we follow to the high, this is the high, not this one, okay? So that means that this is the high of the range and not this one. So this is why we're still stuck in this bearish range. And this is why as well, right here, we still have a 4-hour POI. As you can see, we have a 4-hour POI that it is not mitigated yet, right? It's not mitigated yet, but this is a valid 4-hour POI where we can look for some sales. So all the other POIs got already mitigated, and yes, I agree that we have some like internal break, like you can see right here, we broke structure to the upside and stuff like that. But again, I'm not looking at the internal structure. I'm looking only at the overall structure, and as you can see, the overall structure is bearish, so I'm going to be looking for sales. Right here, we still have a 4-hour POI that hasn't been mitigated yet. So what does that mean? That means that we swept liquidity. Right here, there was some liquidity. There was some resting liquidity, some inducement, call it as you want, close to the POI, close to the points of interest that we were looking for. So that's another sign that this POI is the last one that can react. So that's pretty cool. We basically are close to mitigate this POI, but if we mitigate this POI, okay, if we mitigate this POI, it doesn't mean that you straight away enter right here. You don't do that. You don't enter right here straight away, stop loss below the low, and you pray for the best. You don't do that. You wait for an extra confirmation, and the extra confirmation is quite simple. You just wait for the POI to be mitigated, and then for a 15-minute break of structure / change of character to the downside, okay? That's it, okay? And then you can enter at the new POI now with the entry, stop loss, etc. But you don't straight away just enter the 4-hour POI, okay? Some people already know that because you've been joining my live stream for quite some time, but I'm always repeating in case someone forgot or just there's new people who joined the live stream. Okay. So, let's now continue with GBP USD. By the way, guys, GBP USD is really similar to Euro USD. However, here it's been a bit different for one specific thing. Okay, one specific thing on GBP USD is a bit different, is that in between right here, we do have some bullish momentum. Like, you know, we do have some bullish momentum that on Euro USD was not really there, you know, was not that much. On GBP USD, yes. So we don't really know if we continue to take this huge range right here with all of the sales POIs, or instead right now we're just having a push up to the upside, a reversal, and then we're going to continue to be bullish right here. So what does that mean? It means that right now the trades are not 100% like 100% like sure that this is a bullish range or sure that this is a bearish range, okay? But the structure says and tells us that this is the last break to the downside and this is the big range. Even if we have a little pullback right here, I guess you could have considered this as a small range too and then have this as your previous two ranges. So that's why it's really, really confusing. If it's confusing, what I recommend you to do is to just lower your risk. If, for example, you would enter 1% to that trade, you can enter lower. Okay, so for example, you can enter up with 0.5% for the trade. Okay, but at the end of the day, you never know. You never know which one of the trades will really get a reaction, which one won't. Okay, so yeah, so there is someone says that what is a POI? It's point of interest. So it's a point of interest, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing as order block, really similar. So yeah. Okay, so right here, what happened on GPUSD? Because we've been talking about GPUSD, but what happened? You see here, we tapped into a POI. You see, we tapped into a POI on the 4 hour. The 4 hour POI was by, oh my god. The 4 hour POI was basically right here. So there was this 2 candlestick with this little imbalance, and we had as well a 4 hour POI above right here, and there was no 4 hour POI else. So this is why we went on the 1 hour POI, and on the 1 hour POI there was one right here, and there was a 1 hour POI exactly right here above right here too. So why, you will tell me, why am I identifying my POIs? What am I doing with it? I'm waiting for my POIs to be mitigated, okay, with the structure of the range, in this case bearish, and then I'm going to be looking for a 15-minute change of character / break of structure to the downside to confirm my sell. So right here, let's see what happened. Let's go on the 15-minute. You can see it right here. GPUSD, let's go on the 15-minute. We had a first try for this trade. Okay, we had a first try for this trade at this POI, the POI right here. As you can see, we got our 15-minute change of character right here. I consider my break of structures and change of characters from a body closure to another body closure. Okay, so we got our break of structure to the downside right here, and as you can see, price just pushed up. There was some news events, but after that, price still just pushed up and hit the stop loss. This was the first trade. Again, it was all considered in the PNL of the previous week in the community. By the way, guys, if you want to see the PNL of the previous week, everything is always shown on my my Discord, but basically it was a pretty nice week, and this trade, for example, was forecasted and everything. So yeah, let me just do this. Okay, perfect. So there was a loss right here, but after that, price pushed higher. You see, after that, price pushed higher, and we tapped into the POI above. So same thing, we got a break of structure / change of character to the downside exactly right here. Same thing, I'm identifying my break of structures from a body closure to a body closure. Okay, so we got a change of character / break to the downside here. Then we had to identify our POIs. Okay, so let me just go back in time after the break of structure happened. So when the break of structure is happening, we have to identify our range with the Fibonacci, because for our valid POIs to be valid, they need to be situated above the 0.5. So this is the 0.5 level, so we're going to be only looking above the 0.5 to identify our POIs to look for some trades. Okay, so everything below, we don't even care. It's too low. Too low. We don't look at it. Too low. Okay, so first of all, we start on the 15 minutes. On the 15 minute, there is no POI. No POI. Why there is no POI? It's because if you do this, you'll see that this is the candle, opposite color candle, of course, but there is no fair value gap connected to it. So bye-bye. Then let's go on the 5 minutes. On the 5 minutes, pretty nice. We have this 5-minute POI that is the most extreme one, so that's cool. We have as well some other 2 POIs on the 5 minute, this one and this one, that are not the most extreme one. But what do we do with those POIs that are not the most extreme one? First of all, we're gonna place our entry at the most extreme one right here. Okay, you place your POI at the most extreme, not the POI, but you place your entry at the most extreme POI. Your stop loss will be above your range, as in this case, you are wanting to sell. Okay, so your stop loss will be above the 15-minute range right here, and you're gonna add a few extra pips to cover liquidity sweeps. If you do this, not sure about that, because that will allow you to get swept like really easily. So if, for example, price wants to go up, oops, push a little bit higher, sweep the liquidity, and bam, drop down, you will be out. You don't want that, right? You don't want that. So what you need to do, add a little bit of pips, you know, like that. If, for example, price pushes up and then wants to sweep the liquidity, and then you still stay in the trade, as you can see. So that's fine. You know, that's fine. So that's why it's better to add a little bit more pips to the stop loss, then be too tight, your stop loss be too small, and then you get stopped out for no valid reasons. Okay, that's first of all where your entry should have been. You add as well 1 pip to the entry, take profit at the hourly low. You see already here, pretty good risk to reward ratio. Yes, we like that. Good risk to reward ratio, guys. But at POIs that are not the most extreme one, so we have two in this case. We have this 5-minute one and this 5-minute one. What do we do, right? What do we do at those POIs? You wait for another confirmation, because if you don't actually want to wait for a confirmation and you just enter right here with your stop loss above the high, and right here with your stop loss above the high, and right here, that's not even a high, that's just a POI. If your stop loss above the POI, or if you want to enter right here, stop loss above the overall high, you'll see that that's just too risky. First of all, you don't know if this POI or this POI will react. The extreme POI, you kind of know, because there's nothing else to sweep. There's nothing else to mitigate. So it's way more probable that this one will react than this one and this one. So you can just enter straight away right here without further confirmation. But at previous POIs, you need to wait a 1-minute break, a 1-minute change of character again, okay? So what does that mean? It means that we're going to go and we're going to wait for the 5-minute POI to be tapped in. So for example, right here, it got tapped in, and you don't straight away just enter at this POI. Okay, you're going to go on the 1 minute and you're going to wait for a 1-minute change of character / break of structure to the downside. That way, it will actually allow you to prove that this POI holds some strength, and then you can actually enter this trade without risking much. That makes sense. I mean, without risking much. There's always a risk in trading, but that means that you have a rule and you follow the rules, so that way it makes more sense to wait for a confirmation. It gives you one extra confluence, basically. So right here we have the change of character / break of structure to the downside. And after we have it, we can just straight away, same thing, intensify the most extreme POI like we did, but this time on the 1 minute, as you can see, and enter. That's it. Stop loss above the high right here on the 1 minute. Same thing. Don't place it right here. If you place it too tight, you're going to get swept. If price wants to just sweep a little bit of liquidity, you're going to get swept. You don't want to do that. So that's why you add as well a few extra pips to the entry. Same thing to the entry right here and the stop loss. So let's see what's going to happen next. So the take profit final would be at the low right here for around a 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio. So let me show you what happens. So as you can see, this trade pushed down. We hit our 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. That was our take profit 1. So 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio is the take profit 1. And when your take profit 1 is hit, you take some partials out, okay? You take some partials out and you place your stop loss to break even. That way you're gonna secure your position, okay? And as you can see right here, I mean, in this case, price just came back up and it came back to break even right here. So this was around a 1.5% win. So yeah, what I wanted to show you guys is basically the results from the previous week. So yeah, as you can see right here, this was the results in the previous week. We had the trade on GBP USD that I was explaining that had a loss right here. That was a half risk loss. Why was a half risk loss? Is because it was split risk as well with GBP CAD. So these two trades were happening at the same time. So there was a little loss right here. And there was as well a win basically with this one right here that we just broke down. That I said 1.5. Okay, anyway. Those two trades were there on the previous week. The POIs were forecasted for the free weekly outlooks in the channels. It was forecasted everywhere. At that point, I cannot forecast it more. It was forecasted everywhere. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So now what do we do next for GBP USD? We just basically wait for the POIs above right here and right here. And at the same time, we do have some some bullish momentum, as you can see. So with the bullish momentum, you can as well look for some buys, okay? And if you go and you identify your last bullish break of structure to the upside that happened exactly right here, you have this for our POI, as you can see. That is same thing. We don't really know if it's still like a buy or if it's a sell. Like, we don't know. The range is not 100% clear, right? So what do we do in this type of situation? You can just use half risk. So instead of risking full, like you say right here, half risk, and that way you can still try to enter the trade, but in case something goes wrong, you're not gonna overexpose your capital to some losses. Okay, so yeah, that's why. And as well, the POI is above for the sells. Same thing, I'm gonna use half risk for those POIs too, because they're getting pretty old, and you know, the momentum is getting pretty bullish, so it would make sense to as well not over risk it either. So that way, you know, we're just protecting the capital, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so guys, let's continue on USD GPY. So let's see if we have some questions. Looks like we don't have any questions for now, guys, so that's good. That means everything is clear. Someone said gold. I mean, sure, we can do gold, guys. For my strategy right now on gold is really like boring. Like, it's boring. Gold right now for me is boring because we've been just really in a huge range for so long. Like, at that point, it's been, I don't know, 1 or 2 months since we've been not trading gold at all. Because basically what happened is that we got one break to the upside right here, creating this range. And then we broke structure downside right here without never breaking the high first. So we created this bearish range. And then since that, we've been just stuck and consolidated inside of this this range, as you can see. So for my strategy, as I need a clear range to look for some trades, I cannot do anything right here on gold for a simple reason that we just have one range to the downside that's not a clear enough for a reversal for me, and overall I'm bullish, so that doesn't make sense to look for some sells. Okay, so that's why right here I know it's bullish, but I'm not trading the internal structure right here because according to my strategy that's not valid as a setup. So that's why, as it's not valid as a setup according to my strategy, I'm not gonna be trading the internal trades and the internal ranges, because again it doesn't make sense according to my strategy, and I'm following my strategy as much as possible. Okay, so yeah, nothing really much going on for my strategy on gold. By the way, guys, if you join late, all the live streams and the like weekly outlooks are always recorded, so don't hesitate to watch the recording afterwards if you missed some things. Okay, USD GPY right here, we as well pushing to the upside. As you can see, we're pushing the upside here, as you can see. What happens is that as we push to the upside here, and here, we are bullish, right? There's nothing much complicated to understand here. We're bullish. Now you will tell me, but looks like we're getting more bearish right now, because right here looks like we broke structure, and right here looks like we broke a little bit of structure, and right here we broke structure. So are we still really bullish? The thing is, the ranges were really aggressive. Okay, really aggressive. So what does that mean? It means that right here we broke structure to the upside, and then we have two little pullbacks, you know, this one and this one, two little pullbacks. So the question of $100,000 million question is, do we consider those pullbacks or not? You know, the thing is, if you consider those little pullbacks, okay, you right now would be already bearish, but yeah, you would be already bearish because we broke structure here, and you broke structure right here. The thing is, on pretty all other GPY pairs, you're bullish, right? You're following me. On all other GPY pairs, you're bullish. So this is a little bit suspicious. I know not all pairs are correlated like to 100%. Not pairs are 100% correlated, but still, usually GPY pairs move together. But again, this is USD GPY, this is GP GPY. The currency changes, so of course it's not 100% correlated. But still, why I'm more careful about the sells right here on USD GPY right now is just for the fact that overall we've been pretty bullish, like pretty bullish. Those pullbacks are really aggressive, so it looks like a liquidity sweep, you know. And as well, if you take the range, you'll see that we just retraced below the 0.5. So from that area, it will make sense for the trade to continue to push up again, right? So that means that if you want to look for some sells, you can, but honestly, if you're looking for some sells, I would recommend to lower your risk a little bit. But there's still a 1 hour POI here. At that point, honestly, guys, this 1 hour POI is getting really old. I'm gonna delete it because it is indeed getting pretty old. So yeah, at that point, it's just better to wait USD GPY out. There's no other POIs to look for buys in this area right here. That's why I just had a really old POI in the bottom. But if you want to look for some sells, you can. Like, this is the new range to look for some sells. But again, I'm just not a fan of the price action right now. And even if you want to look for some sells, there is some POIs. Like, for example, there is this one that is fine. And there is nothing else. Okay, perfect. So yeah, that's good. That's good. So USDGPY, honestly, there's just this little sell, but like I said, use half risk if you want to use this sell. If not, there's nothing much to do right now. Okay, so GBP GPY. Okay, what do we do with GPY? So compared to USD GPY, here we have a normal structure. So what does that mean? It means that we can identify if we are bullish or bearish. In this case, pretty obvious, guys. You can answer me whatever you want, but if you tell me that this is bearish, I don't understand. Okay, so of course it's bullish because we broke structurally upside, we broke structurally upside again, we broke structurally upside again and again and again and again. Okay, so we're bullish. That means that we're going to identify our last bullish range. Our last bullish range is right here. Why? Because this is the last break of structure to the upside, and it creates this range because this is the low connected to the previous high that has been broken. Perfect. The previous break of structure was around in this area. Okay, so after we identify this range, we can identify now our POIs. On the 4 hour, nothing. There's nothing, right? There's no POI on the 4 hour. So that's why we're gonna move on the 1 hour. Okay, so what do we have now on the 1 hour? So on the 1 hour, we have this 1 hour POI exactly right here, as you can see. Miam, nice POI. So what does that mean? It means that if we're gonna wait for the POI to be mitigated, then we're gonna wait for a 15-minute change of character, and then we're gonna enter exactly the same thing that I explained a few minutes ago on GBP USD. So that's it, guys. We just have this 1 hour POI exactly right here, and there is nothing else at all. So that's the only POI we have. I don't want to buy limit, dégage-moi ça. So buy, bam, you're gonna add alert. Why? Is there wait, TradingView added a possibility to add an order like on FX replay. Wait, that's new. Wait a minute, that's actually new. Create limit order. Wait, what? Okay, but you cannot put any stop loss or any take profit. Boring. Dégage-moi ça. Okay, ciao. I thought they did like on FX replay where you can actually like backtest inside TradingView, but it's not what it is. So never mind. It's not as good. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna add an alert right here. I cannot add any alert because I'm in replay. I don't know why I'm in replay though. But yeah, you're gonna add an alert exactly right here. So yeah, that's kind of pretty much it for GPY. That's it. Can you repeat, please? Yeah, of course. How gold I got destroyed yesterday. Yeah, gold I already did it, guys. So if you want, you can watch the recording afterwards. How you set up your Fibonacci, please? Yeah, basically my fib is from the bottom to the high of every single range, and that's my Fibonacci. My Fibonacci settings. So yeah, everything is yellow, and I put half opacity because if not, it's too. With too much opacity, it's just a 0.5 that I have full opacity, and I have the tiniest line. And I don't have the background, and I don't have as well the trend line right here. Okay, and there was a question as well if I'm French. I'm not French. I'm from Ukraine, but I live in Quebec, so I speak French. Can you repeat? And someone said, "Are you the real Alex?" Yes, I'm the real Alex. How can I be fake? I mean, it would be pretty impressive if a fake account, like, you know, I have so much spam, like spam accounts, fake accounts, like crazy, like, you know, crazy. It would be really impressive if like fake account can go live stream and think that it's me. With AI, oh my god, guys, with AI usage, I'm so scared of what can happen, like how much people can get actually scammed because of AI, you know, like with deepfakes and stuff like that. It's crazy, but yeah, I hope that would never happen. Okay, so can you repeat, please? Yeah, so GPY, overall we're bullish. As you can see, we're bullish. This is the last break of structure to the upside, so we identified our range from the bottom to the top. We took our Fibonacci from the bottom to the top, and now we identified our POIs. On the 4 hour, there was no valid POI, so this is why we went on the 1 hour. And on the 1 hour, we had this 1 hour POI exactly right here. So we took this opposite color candle connected to the fair value gap, we extended it, and we placed an alert. So that way, when price will tap into the POI and break structure, we're going to be able to look for an entry. Okay, now let's move on until USD CHF. Guys, $100,000 million question. What's going on USD CHF? You have one try. What do you think? What do you think is going on with USD CHF? Are we looking for buys? Are we looking for sells? What's going on? If I unzoom a little bit, what is the market trend that we are right now in? Okay, because I actually want to see if you guys can read market structure. Okay, so what is it? Is it an uptrend? Is it a downtrend? Or is it something else? Okay, this is the structure that we have right now. By the way, I'm gonna be looking. You're the best teacher. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys, for the compliments. Really appreciate that. I received 10th Alex account. I will be much better to post the date on your chart. The date of the chart? Why? Why the date of the chart will change something? I'm actually confused, because why the date of the chart would change something? Like, if, for example, that was a recording, I mean, the date is here, like the date is in the bottom right here, but yeah. I didn't blame the new joining to ask if that's the right account. Yeah, no, I don't blame him either. Like, I think it would be actually crazy that a spam account or a fake account can mimic a live stream, because the videos, you can really repost them really easily, like it's easy, but a live stream, that would be impressive. And when we're gonna reach that point where people will be able to fake accounts live streams, that would be scary. Like, I would be scared. Okay, so the answer right here, what do we do? Some people said bearish, some people said bullish, some people said ranging. So yeah, guys, as you can see right here, it's basically a consolidation. We're ranging, and that's as well the reason why some people are saying bullish, some people are saying bearish. It's because there's no direction. You know, there's no direction right here. It's been just consolidating. Like, we broke structure to the upside right here. That's 100% true. We broke structure to the upside right here. But look what happened before. We broke structure to the upside. We broke structure to the downside. We broke structure to the upside. We broke structure to the downside. We broke... You know, that's basically just a consolidation, you know. And as you can see right here, as we're stuck in this basically huge range for a really long time, and you unzoom a little bit, you'll see how it's just been consolidating. It's just been two. So what do we do in a consolidation market? Nothing. We do nothing, okay? Because we don't know if we're bullish. We don't know if we're bearish. How are we gonna look for trades? You know, how are you gonna be looking for trades if you don't know if where's your like momentum? So what does that mean? We're gonna wait either for this high being broken, either for this low being broken, but basically you're gonna be waiting until we get out of this consolidation, and then you will be looking for some trades. Okay, so let's go now on USD CAD. So USD CAD as well, we've been pretty bullish, you know, we've been pretty bullish, but more recently we started breaking structure downside, and we actually just broke this structure downside right here, like pretty aggressively if you ask me as well. Like we broke structure downside here. The problem is now we created a huge range. Like now we created a huge range, as you can see exactly right here. So what does that mean? It means that we're gonna have a huge range and really far away POIs. Not the best. As we're gonna have this huge range, it's gonna take a really long time for POIs to be mitigated. So by the time price, for example, reaches this POI, or let's say for example this POI, or for example this POI, we might already have, again, more ranges to the downside and then a reversal in between. But for now, that's the range. The thing about this range is that it's kind of big and kind of ugly. So for now, I'm going to put this as half risk, okay? Just for the secure thing of it. If we have another pullback and then another break, that's going to be fine. We're going to confirm the bearish momentum, the bearish bias, etc. But now it's just really big as a range. Not convincing. So we're still going to identify the POIs like usually. So we have a 4-hour POI right here, 4-hour POI right here, etc. But yeah, not convincing, if I can say it like this. Half hour POI, half risk, okay, and nothing else on the 4-hour. So that's why we can go actually on the 1 hour. 1 hour, nothing. We have a 1-hour POI there though, right here. Okay, and we have as well nothing else. Yeah, nothing else. So that's the only POIs. We have to look for some sells right here on USD CAD. Okay, perfect. So yeah, USD CAD exactly right here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What do we have for USD CAD? AUD USD, we broke structure to the upside, but you imagine same problem as USD CAD. We have a really huge range. Like that's an incredibly big range. Same thing, technically you can add your POIs, but same thing, I would not risk much on those POIs, because by the time it comes back into the POIs, a lot of things would already have happened, and we don't really want to get caught in a reversal and look for opposite trend POIs. Of course, at the time it's gonna happen, we're gonna change the momentum and change the POIs, but for now it makes sense, but it's a bit too early to like be yes it's gonna be a buy 100%, right? So it's better to just use half risk. That's it. And on the 1 hour, we do have as well this 1 hour POI exactly right here. So 1 hour POI exactly right here. And we have as well a 1 hour POI exactly right here. And perfect. We don't have anything else. Okay, perfect. So this is a lot of POIs on AUD USD. But again, you're not entering straight away at the POIs. You wait for confirmation. Okay, you wait for a confirmation. After you have the confirmation, then you can enter into the POI. Okay. NZD USD, what are we gonna do on NZD USD? So NZD USD, same thing, really aggressive. Here it's a bit more, it's like, okay, fine, we've been aggressive, but it's pretty like starting to be consistent with the aggressivity. So we can get this new range right here and identify the POYs. 4 hours, still nothing, so we can go on the 1 hour. And on the 1 hour, we don't have anything, don't have anything here, and don't have anything in the bottom, and don't have anything here. So end of the day, nothing to do on NZD USD. The only valid POY we have left is this older one right here. Okay, so let's see if we have some questions. But before I'm taking the question, guys, I'm just gonna do the last pair, that is Euro GBP. We're gonna do the last pair, and after that we're gonna take all the questions you have. So if you want, you can keep your questions in mind or write your questions down right now. So yeah, guys, if you want, keep your questions in mind, write the questions down, and I'm gonna be answering after finishing breaking down Euro GBP. So Euro GBP is gonna be quick because we just pushed a little bit lower. As you can see, we just pushed a little bit lower, so we extend our Fibonacci right here. We still have this 4-hour POY that is good. Now, as we pushed lower, this 4-hour POY is as well in premium, so above the 0.5% of the Fibonacci, and that's good. So this is the new POYs we have. 1 hour, there is nothing. So yeah, that's the new POYs we have to look for some sells on Euro GBP, because we broke structure to the last time right here, and we created this range right here. Okay, so this is it for major Forex pairs. Okay, let me now answer some questions. So okay, I need more explanation about for traders trading rules. I'm a bit confused about the 3 days profit target. I took 2 trades. The first one was a loss and the second one was a win, but it's still showing 0. Okay, so on for traders, the 3 days profit target, it's 3 profitable days. So what does that mean? It means that you need to have a trade, you need to close a trade, okay, on a day with minimum 0.5% win. So for example, if you had a loss and then you recovered the loss, you're back to break even, so you're not in profit more than the beginning of the day. So for example, you start the day with 0, so 0% profit, and you end the day with 1%. That's gonna be counting as 1 profitable trading day out of 3, because you need minimum 3 to pass the challenge. Okay, so if for example you start at 0, you had a 1% loss, and then you had a 1% win, you're still back to 0, right? If you had a 0.5% loss and then a 1% win, you're up 0.5, so then this will count as a profitable day as well. Okay, so should we wait always for the confirmation on both the 15-minute market structure shift and the 1-minute market structure shift? And is it necessary to always set alerts for potential market structure shift setups? So yes, you need to wait for the 15-minute change of character market structure shift like you want. This is essential for the just to get inside the trade. That's essential. That's the first confluence. For the 1 minute, it's not necessary, only at the extreme POY. At any other POYs, if it's not the most extreme one, it's necessary, because you don't know which POY will react. Let me explain you why. It's because, let's for example take this example, right? We have 2 POYs, we have everything, right? You cannot just straight away enter right here with your stop loss above the high, because what it's telling you that this POY will react and not actually just push higher and hit this POY right here. You don't know, right? You don't know. So that's why you're gonna wait for a 15-minute change of character to see that this POY holds some strength, and then you can enter. Same thing on the lower time frame. If it's the extreme POY, like for example this one, same thing. You don't know really if this one will react on a higher time frame, but on the lower time frame you can straight away just enter. Okay. You said USD CHF looks like it's in a consolidation. Yes, that's exactly what we talked about. Okay, so let's see if we have other questions. Saw the same POIs but got stopped out. I guess I still have a lot to learn. Really look forward to see these weekly outlooks. Thank you for the continuation value. Oh yeah, no worries. No worries. Makes me happy to do those live streams, and I know a lot of people are enjoying it and learning with them, so I'm happy for that. Okay. So let's see if we have other questions. Did you take any trades this week? Yeah, guys, this is the trade results. That's the trade results right now that we have for this week right here. That's I'm gonna be posting this in the Discord as well, but that's the trade results that we had this week. Okay, let's see if we have any other questions. So, you should try trading stock option with my team. We trade live every day. I don't trade stocks, but stock options either. But thank you for the invitation. Okay. Hello, volume profile and SMC can use together. Yeah, you can combine, honestly guys, your strategy, you can combine whatever you want. As long as you're back tested, as long as you know it works, and as long as you trade the exact same rules every single day without mixing a bunch of strategies together. If you have a strategy with your confluences, your things that you learned, but it's clear, precise, mechanical, all strategies can work. The thing about trading is not about finding the strategy. You can find a strategy, but keeping the strategy. Make sure that the strategy is working. Trusting the strategy. And just repeating the exact same rules every single time. That's what's harder. Okay? It's not finding the strategy or mixing confluences that will make you unprofitable. If you do it well, everything can work. Okay? US oil. A lot of people want me to do US oil. So yeah, we had a POI right here to look for some buys. As you can see, this was forecasted, I think, like 2 weeks ago. So we had a 1 hour POI counter trend. Now I'm interested, is this POI hit take profits? Because I forecasted this POI, but I'm not trading US oil. Look, guys, it's so funny. Okay, it's so funny. You know why it's so funny? It's because I'm not trading US oil. Okay, I'm not trading US oil. I forecasted this POI, I think it was when? Friday. So it was surely like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Okay, when price was around in this area, I forecasted this POI because I had this POI. So during a previous live stream, someone asked me the same thing. They asked me, do a thing on US oil. I said, okay, for me, that's the only thing that I'm looking for right now on this POI right here. Okay. And then, look, I didn't take this trade, by the way, but just see how the strategy is so powerful. It works on everything. We tapped into this. We tapped into this POI. Okay, we tapped into this POI. We had this high to break to confirm the break of structure / change of character to the upside. Okay, then you could have identified the extreme POI for the entry. We had a 15-minute one here. And nothing on the 5 minutes. Let's go on the 1 minute, and nothing lower on the 1 minute. So the most extreme POI for this trade was indeed on the 15 minutes right here. Okay, it's exactly the same rules, by the way, guys. I'm repeating the exact same thing. Like in the community, I'm doing the exact same thing. If you go in the markups, if you go in the like my community right here on Discord, and you go in the markups, it's exactly the same thing. Okay, so 15-minute break of structure, extreme POI, entry. Wow. Stop loss will be below the low. Again, this is what I was explaining like 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago, I was explaining one thing. That is, don't place your stop loss too tight. Don't place your stop loss exactly at the low of the range. If you do that, you're going to get swept. Yes, of course. You might have, wow, a good risk to reward ratio. You know, you can have a good risk to reward ratio, but at the end of the day, if you stopped out, what's the point of having a good risk reward ratio, right? So add a little bit of pips, like I add around like 1 centimeter visually. Okay, visually. I add, for example, a few extra pips like this. So that way I'm not stopped out. Because see what's gonna happen. This is the entry, by the way. Okay, this is the entry we got in. You see perfectly we got in right here. If you place your entry in your stop loss too tight, too bad, you're out. You know, if you added a little bit of pips more like this, like I'm doing this on every single time, every single pair, oh, suddenly you're no longer stopped out. Wow. So what does that mean? It means that that's still a good risk to ratio, 103. And as you can see, price just pushed up. And let's see if we had any loss or any win to this trade. I personally don't know what happened, but looks like something happened right here. So okay, so we had a 103 risk to ratio hit. The take profit final would be either at this POI right here or either at the hourly high. Of course, if you hit the hourly high, it's 1% more, but at the end of the day, you have the chance for it to reverse on you. So yeah, okay. So this trade basically hit 103 risk to ratio and then came back to break even, as you can see. Because again, in my rules, at 103, we hit, at 103, we take partial. So we hit 0.5% off. So basically we close 0.5% of the trade. So half basically. And the other half is running and the stop loss is at break even. So yeah, this was a little trade that hit 103 and came back to break even. By the way, guys, that's why in the results, when you see 103 plus 1.5, you see like, I don't know if you see my cursor, but when you see in the results, like for example, 103 and then it says plus 1.5, it just means that the trade came back to break even. Okay. Anyway, that's it, guys. So for the weekly outlook, that would be pretty much it. I'm gonna go quickly on indices, but nothing to do on US 30. On NAS, we had a trade right here as well that hit 103 before pushing up. NAS is interesting though, because as we broke structure to the upside here, we broke structure to the upside here, we can actually now confidently say that we're getting more bullish again. So right here we have a new range on NAS to look for some buys. This is no longer a counter trend, that's actually just the trade. And on the 4 hour, can I identify this? No, okay. So we have this 1 hour POI right here. It doesn't show, but I'm gonna go on the 1 hour, you'll see it. So we have this 1 hour POI right here. And we have as well a 1 hour POI right here on NAS. Nope, not internal. Bam. Okay, and we have as well a 1 hour POI right here on NAS. Okay, we have a lot of POIs on NAS on the 1 hour. We have one right here. This one already mitigated. And in the new range, we have this 1 hour POI right here on NAS. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's all the POIs you have on NAS. And 4 hour right here. Let's see if it's worth it. Nope, it's already mitigated right here. Doesn't count. So bye-bye. Okay, so those are all the valid POIs we have on NAS to look for some buys as we're getting more bullish again. Okay, and on S&P, same thing, we've been just consolidating inside of this big range right here, so there is nothing much to do. Okay, so guys, that's pretty much it. For this weekly outlook. Again, like this is a partnership with For Traders. We're doing every single time a giveaway at every single end of this live stream. So we're basically at the same time streaming on YouTube. For everyone who is on TikTok and wondering what I'm talking about, those live streams, we're doing it in collaboration with For Traders. So what does that mean? It means that, as you can see, if you write For Traders on YouTube, you have the For Traders YouTube channel, as you can see exactly right here. And we are right now live. You see, so this is the exact same live stream, but on YouTube. We're right now live on the For Traders YouTube channel. And at every single end of every single live stream, we are doing a giveaway for a free 6K funded account. That's it. Every single end of the live stream, we're doing a giveaway. So if you want to basically have the chance to win the 6K funded account, you just need to transfer on YouTube. So I'm gonna stop the live stream on TikTok right now. So I'm stopping the live stream on TikTok. You just need to write For Traders right here, and that's it. You know, that's it. And then you're gonna click on this live stream that we're doing currently, and you can have the chance to win a free 6K, as I'm gonna be doing a little game there. So yeah, guys, have a nice end of the day. For everyone who is on TikTok, everything is of course recorded right now. Everything is recorded. So if you missed the weekly outlook because, I don't know, you missed some parts of the weekly outlook, the rediffusions are first of all on YouTube, on For Traders YouTube channel. and I as well post them every single time right here in the free weekly outlook section. So right here there is the free weekly outlook section in the Discord that is again free for everyone, and this is the links of every previous recordings and every previous live stream. So yeah, don't hesitate to watch them if you missed anything. So guys, transfer on YouTube if you want to participate in the giveaway, and if not, see you next Saturday, next week, next time. Okay, ciao ciao. Okay, so this is good. Okay, this is good, this is good. Okay. Now we're gonna wait a little bit more for people to join, and then I'm gonna be, for now guys, repeating you the rules. So it's gonna be a question. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. The question will be about something we talked about this week. Okay, something we talked about this week during the live stream. Okay, so for example, I'm gonna ask you a question like how to identify a range, and then there's gonna be 4 answers. There's gonna be 4 letters. I'm not gonna tell you the letters in advance. That way no one can actually cheat, right? No one can cheat and say and pre-shot the letter A, for example. So there's gonna be 4 letters and completely random 4 letters, and then there's gonna be the answer. So for example, like question, and then there's gonna be like A, B, C, D, but the letters will be random. So it's not gonna be A, B, C, D. It might be like G, O, whatever, you know. And then you just write the letter that is corresponding to the right answer. That's it. If you have the right answer, so you need to be quick, because the first 7 people to have the right answer, we're only 28 right now. So to make it more how's it called, valuable, we're gonna put 5 people right here in the wheel of names, you know. Oh, we're now 34. Okay, so if we're 40, we're gonna put 7. If we're less than 40, we're gonna put 5 people in the wheel of names, and it's basically the first 5 people who got the right answer that will put their name here. Okay, so that's the rules. Okay, that's the rules. I'm gonna be just writing the question down right now. So let me just put this on the other screen, and I'm gonna be writing the question right now. So get ready, guys. Get ready. Okay. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So I have now basically the question. Okay, so I repeat, guys, really simple. There's 4 letters, okay? 4 letters. You write the letter corresponding to the answer that you think is the right answer, okay? If you're in the first, how much are we? 24? Okay, we're gonna take 5 people. So if you are in the first 5 people that gets the right answer, your name will be put in the wheel of names. If you already won something, okay, really, really important. If you already won something, you won like a funded account on one of the previous live streams, please don't place your name, don't participate, because anyway, if I remember people who won, you're not going to be able to claim your funded account, because for traders said that we want to prioritize people who hadn't the chance to won yet. So if you already won, unfortunately you cannot win another time, basically, okay? Because we prioritize people who still didn't have any funded accounts. That way more people have the chance to experience a free funded account. So that way it's fair for everyone, okay? So that's it. We are 30, less than 40. That means that we're gonna spin 5 people. And the question is now here. So 1, 2, 3, go. So where's the level where you should place your stop loss for extreme POI for a buy limit? Is it below the POI with extra pips? Is it below the 15-minute low? Is it below the 15-minute low plus few extra pips? Or is it below the 15-minute low and with extra pips? So above the 15-minute low or below the 15-minute low? So what is the right answer? So below the POI, below the 15-minute low without extra pips, above the 15-minute low, and below the 15-minute low with extra pips. Okay, so we have a lot of answers. That's good, because we have a lot of answers. Okay guys, so the right answer, okay, the right answer is the letter F. So it's basically below the 15-minute low plus extra pips, not just below the POI. You need to cover the entire low. It's not just covering the POI, you know? So if, for example, you have a trade, I don't know, you have a trade right here, and there's no trade here, but imagine. And there is a POI, let's say, right here, okay? You're not gonna just enter right here like this. If this is your low, you need to enter completely like that. This is your stop loss, needs to cover the entire 15-minute low. It needs to be below the 15-minute low and from extra pips. So the right answer is F. So below the 15-minute low plus some extra pips. So people who got the right answer, let's see based on what we can see right here. So wheel of names. Okay, let's put the people who got the right answer first. So this one, Wonderlands. By the way, guys, again, if you already won something and I recognize your username, I cannot put you back. But okay, this one won. Everything here is wrong. This one is right. So Oscar, you're right. So pretty much a lot of people got the wrong answer, guys. Again, if you place your stop loss in the wrong area, you will lose, you know. And this person, you wrote F first, so I'm gonna take you, but you cannot spam all the answers. If for example you wrote F and then, I mean, G and then you wrote F, I would not be able to take you. You wrote the right answer first, so I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna give you the benefits of a doubt, but yeah, be careful. You cannot spam the same letter multiple times, because if you change your letter in meanwhile, that doesn't count. Okay, I'm just verifying if no one spammed any letter. Okay, this one, okay, this one you're right. You were pretty convinced of your answer too, so congrats. And we have Juan. Perfect. Juan, you already wrote something else. Doesn't count. You already wrote something else. That doesn't count. This one, okay, it's fine. This one is fine. this one, let's see. Yaran, did you write anything else? Yeah, doesn't count, doesn't count. PM doesn't count either. Okay, guys, so we only have 4 people who got the right answer. We have this one, that's 1, 2. There's not a lot of people who got the right answer. 3 and 4. Yeah, there's only 4 people who got the right answer. If you wrote something and then you change your answer, doesn't count. And now it's too late anyway because we already know the answer. So yeah, we only have 4 people. So congratulations to the one that got the right answer. So that way I couldn't even take more. So you have a lot of chance, 1 out of 4 chance to win the funded account, guys. And then next time, really remember, it's below the low and you add extra pips. Below the whole 15-minute low, guys. Remember this. It's really, really important. If you don't do this, you're gonna get swept multiple times. It's below the 15-minute low plus extra pips, okay? So let's go. 1, 2, 3. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone. Okay, so you Premier got the challenge. So basically, congratulations right here. So you are the one who got the right answer. You participate as well in some other giveaways. So congrats. Now it's your turn. So okay, so this is your channel. Please just send me a proof that this is your channel on Instagram. So basically on Instagram you can just send me your dashboard or something from your YouTube channel to prove that it's you. And yeah, I'm gonna send you the promo code to get your free 6K funded account. So yeah, have a nice end of the day, guys. That's gonna be it for today. If you have any other questions, really don't hesitate to just DM me on Instagram, like Instagram. Let me show you. So bam, just DM me on Instagram right here. That's my Instagram profile. It's exactly the same username as everywhere. So yeah, if you have any question, don't hesitate. I reply to all my messages. And yeah, have a nice end of the day, guys. See you next time and wish you a